For more on the shockwaves from the FTX difficulty, let's bring in Dave Ripley, Chief Operating Officer and incoming CEO of Kraken, which is a crypto exchange. Dave, great to have you with us. I mean, you, in the notes, you say, you know, people should know that you should only put money or assets on an exchange that has a one-to-one reserve backing. I mean, what are you saying in terms of the likelihood that FTX customers will get back their money then?
Well, it's a great question. I don't have any inside information on this, but I'm reading the same tweets as everybody else and watching the same news clips as everybody else. But it does seem pretty apparent that based on what FTX and the leadership has communicated so far, that and frankly the withdrawals being paused, that it's going to be pennies on the dollar.
Mm-hmm. What are the next shoes to drop, so to speak, Dave? I mean, when it was 3 Hours Capital, when it was Celsius, we were all wondering, what was going to be next, who is going to be on the other side, who has the risk. How do you think about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a great question. I mean, there you have FTX, and then you also have Alameda, right? And where was their exposure to either of those entities? And so, did Alameda have clearly borrowed from FTX customer funds? But they also typically often borrowed funds from others, other funds, high net worth investors and so forth, and kind of bilateral deals. And so, again, I don't have any inside information on exactly what any of those structures look like, but to the extent that there were other ones out there, then yes. I mean, I think Galaxy announced, right, that they did have some direct exposure to Alameda, and so they've already communicated that externally.
Hi, it's Karen Feinerman. Thanks for coming on. So we look at some of who might be the collateral damage that you can easily come to, but who else might be out there? Where should we sort of think about? What are some of the ripple effects that they don't come to mind right away?
Yeah, that's a good question. I do think it largely points to the centralized entities in the space, right? And so those are exchanges, custodians of funds in one way or another, other investment funds, trading funds. These are the places where their exposure. I mean, if you're kind of holding your own Bitcoin and holding your own keys, you don't really have any exposure to a loss of this nature, right? So I think we look to those other entities. It's possible there's other exchanges out there that are going to be yet another shoe to drop. I mean, it's certainly possible.
When you think out to, I don't know, 5 years down the line, which seems like a million years in crypto land, Dave, but does it sort of look a little bit more like the equities, the exchange structure for equities, where there are a couple of players that are highly regulated, you think, as a result of what has gone on?
It's a good question. I mean, Kraken, in our we run a centralized exchange, and so we're in this space, and we've engaged with regulators globally. Right now, we have double digits plus in a number of registrations and licenses across the globe, North America, Europe, and beyond as well. And so, what we've seen over the past number of years is that regulators continue to engage more in the space. Either create new de novo license or kind of augment existing license structures. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's safe to say that more regulation will kind of continue to come to the crypto space, particularly for these centralized entities such as our business.
All right, Dave, great to speak with you. Thanks for your perspective, Dave Ripley, the incoming CEO of Kraken. We certainly saw a lot of the knock-on effects. You mentioned Coinbase, Hood, which FTX has a stake in, also severely under pressure. Silvergate Capital, which was, known as the digital currency bank. They had to put out a statement today saying that they are fine, which is never a good sign.
Right. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
They were like, we're A-OK,
right,
and our loans are performing just fine. That's hardly ever a good thing.
And how about the companies that were, we were having these conversations about how much Treasury should be, placed instead of in dollars, in Bitcoin. And then you have the extreme examples of MicroStrategies where, you really have someone that put all the chips on the line there. And so I think this is where we're going to continue to see where that exposure really is. We're not going to know for days, weeks, if not months. But I think at some point we are going to hear from a lot of these companies. Think of all those equities we've talked about that were derivative or at least implied crypto trades. And in fact, those are the ones that we've shown on the screens, but it's going to be ugly.
Just one thing about Hood. We haven't seen the FTX's stock trade, have we? 56, what are they on? 56 million shares? Of Hood. Mm-hmm. You would think they've got to liquidate whatever they can. Right? I mean, they've got to come up with whatever cash they can. I think, are they a D holder? You would think that we would have to see something soon. Right. Which is, I mean, that's partially maybe what's weighing on Hood as well, but we haven't seen that stock yet. Sure.